I remember the day my grandmother gave my daughter the cello because of how little ceremony there was. No speech. No gathering. She just asked my daughter to stand still, adjusted the end pin, and said, "It's old. Don't be careless with it." Then she looked at me and added, almost as an afterthought, "It's hers." My grandmother has never wasted words. In our family, that's how you knew something mattered. The cello lived in the corner of our living room for years. It wasn't decoration. It wasn't an investment. It was heavy, scratched, temperamental. My daughter practiced daily, badly at first, then less badly, then with a seriousness that surprised all of us. My parents would comment sometimes on how valuable looking was. I didn't like the phrasing, but I didn't challenge it. That's on me. We left for a week-long trip in the summer. My parents had a spare key. They always did. They watered plants. They checked mail. This was normal. When we came back, the corner was empty. At first I thought it had been moved. The house felt wrong in a way I couldn't name yet. My daughter noticed before I did. She stopped in the doorway, looked at the floor, then up at me. "Did you put it somewhere else?" I said no too quickly. I called my mother. She didn't hesitate, which should have warned me.
"Oh, that. We sold it."
The way she said it, light, efficient, made my stomach drop faster than if she'd sounded guilty. "You what?" "It was just sitting there," she said. "And your sister's kids really needed that pool. You know how hot it gets now? We all benefit. We all." Family language. Shared justification. My father got on the line. He explained the number like it would calm me. $87,000. As if the amount transformed theft into logic. "It was from Grandma," I said. "For my daughter." "Well," he replied, "nothing was ever written down." That sentence cracked something open. Not anger yet. Something colder. My daughter sat on the couch, silent. She didn't cry. She didn't ask questions. That was worse. I didn't scream. I knew if I did, it would be used later as proof that I was emotional, unreasonable, difficult. Instead, I said I needed time and hung up. That night I didn't sleep. I ran the family history back in my head and saw the pattern clearly for the first time. My sister's needs framed as urgent, mine as optional, her children as communal responsibility, mine as adaptable. I had spent decades being adaptable. The next day, I went to see my grandmother. She listened without interrupting. Her face didn't change when I told her the price, or the pool, or that my daughter hadn't spoken since. When I finished, she nodded once. "Call them," she said. "Tell them to come here." I expected fury or grief, or at least sadness. Instead, when my parents arrived, my grandmother greeted them like any other visit. Tea, chairs, polite distance. My mother started explaining before anyone asked. She always does when she knows she's wrong. One assumed. My grandmother raised a hand. Not sharply. Just enough. Then she smiled. It was not a warm smile. "The cello was never a gift," she said calmly. "It was a custodial transfer?" My father frowned. "What does that mean?" "It means," she continued, "that it was placed in your granddaughter's care under a trust established in my name 22 years ago. The instrument is registered, insured. It's proven, it's documented. Which is why I was notified when it was sold." Silence landed heavily in the room. My mother's face drained of color. "The money," my grandmother went on, "was traceable. The buyer was reputable, cooperative. The pool contractor less so. No one spoke. There was nothing to argue with. No emotion to counter, just process. "I've already spoken to my attorney," she said, still smiling faintly. "This will be resolved." My parents looked at me then, as if I might intervene, as if I might them rescue. I didn't. The resolution wasn't dramatic. No shouting. No courtroom spectacle. Just letters, meetings, and the slow grinding sound of consequences moving forward. The money was reclaimed. The pool became an exhibit, not a punishment, evidence. The cello did not come back to our house. My grandmother placed it in a conservatory program instead, under my daughter's name. Protected, accessible, out of reach. My daughter started playing again. Not right away, but eventually. Family dinners still happen. My parents are polite now. Careful. My sister avoids the topic entirely. Nothing was healed. But something was corrected. And for the first time, I understood that dignity doesn't require confrontation. Sometimes it just requires stepping aside and letting the truth finish the sentence.